Hello grade 12 students and welcome to a new Technical English 3 lesson. Today we will study the second part of Lesson 2, Unit 5. Please prepare your course books, page 39, and let's start our lesson. Let's start as usual by discussing the objectives of today's lesson. After studying this lesson, you will be able to locate specific information after reading a text to answer true or false questions. The second objective is write a set of instructions for maintaining a machine or device. And finally, form sentences using vocabulary for car maintenance. Now let's have a look at today's starter. Our starter today is a crossword. All you have to do is to try to find the words on the right and circle them. You have 4 minutes to find the words, and when you finish, play the video again to check your answers. You can start your activity now. Welcome back, my dear students. Now let's check your answers. The first word, disc. The second word, piston. Good. Caliper, fluid, hub, and finally the word brake. Good. In today's lesson, we will study some new words which will help you to answer the lesson's activities. Let's have a look at the words of today's lesson. We will try to guess the meanings from their context. Let's read the paragraphs together and have a look at some new words. The complete brake system, including discs, calipers, pads, pistons, and brake lines, should be inspected at least once a year. The fluid level should be topped up, and our first word is the word topped up. Topped up means add more fluid to the correct level. Okay, let's move now. Let's complete our reading. And the handbrake should be adjusted. Our second word is the word adjusted. To adjust means to modify to the correct condition at the same time. Let's move to the second paragraph. Brakes should normally be replaced after 20,000 to 30,000 kilometers. Of course, they don't have to be replaced. Replaced means to exchange with a new one. If you want to replace something, you have to replace it and to exchange it with a new one. Okay? Inspection. The word inspection. To inspect something, it means to examine something. Okay? However, brakes must not be used when the brake pads are below the minimum thickness. Brake lines should be drained. If you drain something, you empty out it. And the brake fluid replaced at least every 2 years. In addition to the above, always monitor your braking and notice anything unusual in the brakes while you are driving. Now let's have a look at the second part of the reading text and study some extra words. For example, if your brake pedal feels soft or spongy when you press it, it's possible that air has entered the brake lines. If that is the case, the brake lines need to be drained and have to be refilled with new brake fluid. To refill something, it means to fill up with new fluid. Okay? Let's move to the second paragraph. If the brakes make a loud grinding sound, this probably means that the brake pads are very worn. What do we mean by the word worn? It means they are damaged because of continuous use. When this happens, the car must not be driven any further. The pads must be replaced and the discs have to be inspected or for damage. If there is a damage, if there is damage, the discs need to be replaced or mended. What do we mean by mended? To mend something, it means to repair something. On the other hand, if your brakes gives a light squealing noise, this may not be serious. There may be water or dust on the brake pads and discs. If so, the pads probably don't need to be replaced. However, they should still be inspected. Now, it's time to do our first activity of our lesson today. Open your course books, page 39, exercise number 8. In this exercise, we have 12 numbered actions. Your job now is to read them carefully and classify them into 3 main categories. If the action is essential, write the letter E. If you see that the action is a recommended action, write R, the letter R, next to it. Finally, if the action is unnecessary action, write the letter U next to it. Let's now do the first sentence together. The complete brake system including discs, calipers, pads, pistons, and brake lines should be inspected at least once a year. And number 1, this is the first action we need to write and decide which letter we will write next to it. Is it an essential action? If it is an essential action, we will write the letter E. If this action is recommended, we will write R, or we will write U if it is unnecessary. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think this action is necessary or essential or unnecessary or recommended? Good. This action is recommended. Now it's your turn now. You have to read the rest of the text and write the letters next to them. When you finish, play the video back again to check your answers. You have 5 minutes and you can start now. Welcome back, my dear students. Now let's check your answers. What do you think of the action number 2? The fluid level should be topped up and the handbrake should be adjusted at the same time. Good, it is recommended. What about action number 3? Brakes should normally be replaced after 20,000 to 30,000 kilometers. It's recommended. Good. Of course, they don't have to be replaced if inspection shows that they are in good working order. It's unnecessary. You don't need to change them. Number 5. It's E. Good. It's essential. Next, number 6. Recommended. Number 7. It's essential. Good. What about number 8? It's essential also. Number 9, essential. Number 10, essential. Number 11, unnecessary. And finally, however, they should still be inspected. It's recommended. Good. Now let's move to the next activity, exercise number 9. Your job is to read the 4 sentences and decide if the statements are true or false. And if the statement is false, you have to correct it. Now pause the video and do the exercise, and when you finish, play the video again to check your answer. You can start now. Now let's check your answers. Let's read the first sentence together. The driver should empty out the fluid from the pipes if the brakes brake system and fill it up with new fluid at least every 2 years. What do you think of this sentence? Yes, the sentence is true. Number 2. A feeling of softness when you press the brake pedal may indicate that some air has escaped from the pipes of the brake system. False. Good. How can we correct this? You have to correct this. We will see it later. Number 3. A feeling of softness when you press the brake pedal may indicate that some air has escaped from the pipes of the brake system. True. Any noise when you press the brake pedal means that there is a serious problem in the braking system. This is false. Now let's move to activity number 9 and number 10. Okay? Let's read the instruction together. Match the maintenance verbs 1 to 8 from the text with their meanings A to H. You have to match them together. Okay? Refill. What does refill means? What does it mean when we say the word refill, or when you hear the word refill? Refill means to fill up with new fluid. Now, your job now is to do the rest of the exercise, and when you finish, play the video again to check your answer. Welcome back. Now let's check your answer. The word inspect. Good. H. Examine. Inspect means examine. Top up. Do you remember the meaning of top up? Yes. Add more fluid to the correct level. Number 4. Replace. Replace. It's G. Exchange with a new one. Number 5. Drain. Drain. The meaning is to empty out. Monitor. To check frequently. Good. Mend means to repair. Good. Adjust means to modify to the correct condition. Okay? Now let's move to activity number 11. Rewrite the odd numbered instructions 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5. The odd number means 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. in the manual in 8 using the active form. Begin each sentence you, or you can leave out some information to shorten the sentence. For example, we can look at sentence number 1 together, and we will do the sentence together. The answer to sentence number 1 is you should inspect the complete brake system at least once a year. This is the first sentence. The complete brake system, including discs, caliper, pads, pistons, and brake lines, should be inspected at least once a year. What did we do in the sentence? What did you do? Yes, excellent. The sentence should be, you should inspect complete brake systems at least once a year. So you have to begin the sentence with the words you should. What comes after you should? The verb. Good. So you should, and we have to use a verb here. Okay. So you have to do the rest of the sentence following the same procedure. You have 5 minutes to do the activity. You can write the sentences in your notebook. Remember, you will do only sentence number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Okay? When you finish, play the video again to check your answer. Now let's check your answer to sentence number 3. Brakes should normally be replaced after 20,000 to 30,000 kilometers. What is the right answer? Good. The right answer is you should normally replace the brakes after 20,000 to 30,000 kilometers. Number 5. However, brakes must not be used when the brake pads are below the minimum thickness. Here, you must not use, yes, because here we have the word not. You must not use the brakes when the brake pads are below the minimum thickness. Sentence number 7. If that is the case, the brake lines need to be drained and have to be refilled with new brake fluid. What's your answer? Can you read your answer aloud? Excellent. You need to drain the brake lines and refill them with new brake fluid. Sentence number 9. The pads must be replaced and the discs have to be inspected for damage. You must replace the pads and inspect the discs for damage. So if the action is necessary or it is essential, we have to use must. Okay? The last sentence, if so, the pads probably don't need to be replaced. Okay? What's your answer? You probably don't need to replace the pads. You don't need to replace the pads because it is an unnecessary action. That is the end of our lesson today. I hope you enjoyed our lesson. Till we meet again in a new English lesson. Goodbye.